Hi there. Okay, sorry, I won't say hi there this time. Hello, welcome back to the Artec Choice Bootcamp, the UI UX design track. And this is still a continuation of the high fidelity prototype that we've been discussing all this while, where we spoke about high fidelity designs, colors, and spacing. But in this video, we'll be focused mainly on typography. What exactly is, and what we'll learn here is the roles of typography in UI UX design, hierarchy, font, alignment, line height, and contrast. Yeah. So what exactly is typography? Typography is a design discipline that involves the use of typefaces and organization of those typefaces to create readable, usable, and ideally user-friendly interfaces or experiences. It is also the art of arranging letters and text in a way that makes the copy legible, clear, and pleasing to the eye. Typography is the study of the font style, look, and structure with the goal of evoking specific emotions and conveying specific messages. Effective typography has major benefits in eliciting emotions. Typography also holds the attention of the user. It also enhances the readability of the copy and creates an hierarchical structure for information and reflects professionalism and builds recognition. Yeah, so I'll be defining a few terms in typography. First off, what's a copy? A copy refers to the text that appears on a user interface. They include titles, headlines, body text, button labels, etc. Also, fonts are specific weights within a typeface. You choose the typeface you use and you use a font. If you select, for example, Georgia as your typeface, then Georgia bold, italics, and regular will be your fonts. In other words, a font is the distinct stylized characteristics found within a typeface. You likely use 2 to 3 fonts per project, and they will be the foundation of your typography and key elements of your overall design. Now we move to hierarchy. Typography can be used to create hierarchy in design by showing distinctions between sections of the copy. Hierarchy can be established by making use of different font sizes. This is an example of hierarchy where the heading is using a font size that is larger than the rest of the copies. Then the subheading is using a somewhat smaller size as compared to the heading, but bigger than the body. Then the body is the smallest. Okay, like I defined before, a font is a particular size, weight, and style of a typeface, and the typeface consists of a range of such fonts that share an overall design. Uh, I think you should also note that a baseline is the invisible line on which all letters rest, and you can create a grid using the baseline of your chosen type to create a harmonious layout. We'll be working on this when we start designing on Figma, where we'll be using Figma to create our screens. Okay, then we move to alignment. Alignment is the setting of text flow or picture placement in relation to a page, column, table cell, or tab. Paragraphs or long text bodies are they look better with left or right alignment. Messages with a few words works well with center alignment. I'll be showing you what all of this mean, and please do not justify text in UI designs because it brings irregular spaces between words. Okay, yeah, this is showing us the different alignments. The first section is left aligned, which is the very best for most copies in either graphic design or UI design. It's actually the best. Then the right, okay, the reason why I said the left alignment is the best is because humans generally we read from the left to the right, which makes accessibility through our eyes and the arrangement for visual hierarchy very important when using the left alignment. Then there's the right alignment, then justified, which is in the bottom left, and the center alignment. Yeah, okay. So now this is showing us the um what I explained using left alignment for your body copies, and I said something about using left alignment for your paragraphs, and this is an example. It's actually wrong to use center alignment for a large body of text because it causes uneasiness on the eyes for the user, while the left alignment makes it easier to read and increases usability. This is the justification I spoke about. Can you, if you can see, you can notice with these yellow marks are unnecessary spaces in between text because the text is justified, and it doesn't guide the eyes of the user as much as we want, and it makes it uneasy to read. Now we move to what we call line height. Line height refers to the vertical distance between lines of text. It is usually determined by the font size, and it is a common practice to use a line height of 150% of the font size for a paragraph and long text. And it's also a common practice to use line height of 120 to 130% of the font for titles and subtitles. I'll show you how it works here. Okay, so yeah, the get new fnagers features um uses a line height of 120, which is what I said, and for the body copy, which is a paragraph, it uses 150% of the font size. So if the font size is 12, you have to do 150% of 12 for the body copy. Then if the header is maybe 64, you have to do 120% of that. Then we move on to what we call contrast. To ensure legibility of the copy, please choose font colors that contrast with the background color first, and use contrast to guide or lead the user's eyes to important text. You can also play around with font sizes to increase contrast rather than just colors. For example, here a somewhat bold font is actually of high contrast, while a little and a thinner font is of low contrast. So while staying on a typeface, the different styles of the font can be used to enhance contrast. So in conclusion, typography is an important part of user interface design that is often disregarded. You'll be well on your way to being a brilliant UI designer if you master typography. If you're not sure of where to begin, start by looking at your favorite websites and noting the typefaces they use. Alright, that will be all about typography. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.